hot coffee. I have a surprise for everybody. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hi, how's everybody today? I hope you're doing well. Hey, Lisa. Yay! I don't know how many of you have heard yet, but I have a surprise. If you saw my post, then you would know that it is a free giveaway surprise that I have for everybody. So, hey, Jenny. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Bunny the Bear. Let's hope not, Bunny the Bear, but who knows? We shall deal with it if it happens. So for those of you that maybe just didn't get a really good look at the beautiful bracelet, I wanted to show you. It's very cute. It's very pretty. It's very dainty. But it is a free giveaway. So if you want your name put into the draw, I'm doing the draw February 27th. And, you know, just feel free to put your name in. It still has the tag on the back, so you can check the authenticity and estimated value. So it's really, really cute, though. I wish it would focus. It's like, focus, camera. Come on, you can do it. It doesn't want to do it. There we go. Very nice. Thank you. So yeah, it's really pretty. It's cute. It's dainty. If you're interested in having your name put in the draw for the free giveaway, then let me know, and I will put your name in the draw so that you can maybe give this to your special lady or put it on yourself. Yeah, it is pretty, Denise. I thought it was a cute little giveaway for my audience. I love you guys, and I want to show a little appreciation, so a little gift. So I'm using a little Kleenex box. We're just going to use this for the draw, and you know, if you want your name put in, just let me know, and I will put it into the box, and the draw will be live on February 27th. Yay! You definitely want in? Okay, Lisa, I'll mark your name down right now. Hi, Christine. Are you also interested in putting your name in? All right, Lisa, here's your name. Lisa Avery. I'm going to put it in the box. Okay. Me too, Denise? All right. Denise Reed. There you go, Denise. And we'll put yours into the box. This is fun, right? So I've been watching some documentaries and stuff, you guys, and I want to talk about the Jeffrey Dahmer case again a little bit. You know, this guy's reign of terror from like 1978 to 1991 before he was actually caught was just horrific. And I feel just awful for his parents who have been living through this, you know, and having the public sort of, you know, blame them, and even them blaming each other in a sense. I honestly feel like, you know, it could be a portion of both of them, you know. Hey, hippie chick, you want to go in for the drawing? Okay, cool. I'll put your name in. Hippie chick. So I feel bad for his parents, you know, that they're actually, going through this life in this world, being blamed by people, for the monster that he turned out and chose to be. That I don't think, like, it's the same reasoning as the mentality behind blaming the Watts family for Chris's actions. I honestly don't feel that that's something that we should be doing. Hey, Morticia, you want to go in? Okay. I don't think that the public should be, making them feel awful for his hideous choices. You know what I mean? And so here's the thing about, like, because parts of, you want to go in, Christine? Parts of the documentary were showing. Hang on, let me write this. Jones. So Morticia and Christine. That's a focus. Parts of the documentary were talking about the book, A Father's Story, which was the story that Lionel Dahmer had written about his son, in hopes of sort of maybe teaching something to somebody in this process, right? Now, here's the thing. Hey, Clary, you made it. Do you want to be entered in the draw, honey, for the beautiful bracelet? Now, like, Lionel remembers sort of some things happening in her pregnancy with Jeffrey Dahmer. And like, I do wonder if there's any way to validate that by talking to the doctor. I mean, obviously we can't, right? But I mean, she even stated that she didn't remember, and that she remembered every moment of her pregnancy with Jeffrey, and that she didn't, she didn't feel like anything had ever happened bad. She didn't take any medications she wasn't supposed to, or that weren't prescribed, and stuff like that. So can I be put in the draw too? Of course you can, Bunny the Bear. Now, it is possible, though, you guys, that something happened seizure-wise that created for her to, have to need some kind of medication, and she perhaps doesn't remember that. The only person that's going to be able to really find that out, though, is her, by backtracking to the doctor who, supposedly did the house visits, and who, supposedly helped her and gave her shots and stuff. So, Clary, yay, I made it. No, hun, let others win. Okay, and Sheila, we're going in. Now, I really, really wish that that's something, that we could find out, but I don't know if we will. So, that's kind of she's the only person that's going to be able to, uh, she's the only one that's going to be able to decide whether that really happened or not. And I mean, as we get older, right, things do get forgotten, and, it's possible that she maybe perhaps forgot about something happening during her pregnancy with Jeffrey Dahmer. But now listen to this, you guys. Lionel Dahmer admittedly states that even when he was growing up, before he ever, impregnated Joyce, that he was bullied, and he had heinous thoughts of killing some of his, schoolmates that were hurting him emotionally and stuff. And he says, although it was never something that he followed through with, this was something that plagued him in his mind, which I believe is a genetic makeup of something that came together and created Jeffrey. Like, I don't think that they're to blame. I don't think they had really control over something like that, right? So, but I watched multiple Jeffrey Dahmer docs then yesterday. Well, I suspect that if it's true that Joyce Dahmer, when she was married to Lionel, and was pregnant with Jeffrey, if some things happened that she perhaps does not medically remember, it is possible that, if she had been administered medication, if she was in a seizure type state, that might have affected the fetus. But that's in no way her fault. That was something that happened and needed to be addressed and taken care of in that moment. You know what I mean? So, and then the fact that his father had these heinous thoughts when he was growing up, in my opinion, the combo of that is what was sort of the seed that planted things and made, Jeffrey, and I don't think that's either one of them's fault, and it's sad that they're going through life being blamed by, society and other people, and being made to feel like it was their fault and it was something that they could have prevented, for crying out loud. I don't think it was. And I mean, you guys, in my opinion, we can't blame the parents for an adult's heinous decision. I mean, we have to solely put that on them. And it's interesting when you listen to some of the documentaries of Jeffrey Dahmer that he actually admits that, which is a weird logic for, a serial killer. But he admits that, it's not okay for people to, blame things and like pornography and bad music and all those other kinds of things. He viewed that as an excuse. And I was like, well, that's actually kind of smart of him. And as you guys have asked me in the past, what do I think about the fact that he maybe found God? Great. I believe that is strictly and solely just between them two. You know what I mean? And it really isn't for anybody else to judge. But of course, we are all fascinatingly looking at this heinous guy that just appeared so normal and calm. And let's not forget how manipulative he was. I mean, he was able to fool trained police officers that, went into his apartment and didn't see anything wrong, no signs of commotion. And so they therefore give back the person based on the story that Jeffrey had told them. Like, we have to remember that these people that are police officers and investigators and, specialists and stuff, they only have so much training. They're not superpowers where they're able to go in a situation and completely understand exactly what's going on. They're human beings, and let's face it, Jeffrey fooled some of them, unfortunately, but I don't think that they're to blame either in this. I feel like they did a really good job once they sort of started figuring out who this was, because like his reign of terror didn't really hit until the 90s, as much as he had a few incidences, 70s and 80s and stuff. Like, his heinous acts didn't really start until getting into the 90s, right? I mean, he had already murdered people by then, and that's heinous all in itself. But I just meant the even more twisted aspects of his his cannibalism and his, dismemberments of things. It was a really, really twisted situation. And we can't just blame law enforcement. It's their fault that they returned this person based on what Jeffrey said, when everything about him in that moment seemed like everything was okay and it was fine. You know what I mean? Like, the apartment was not in uproot. There was no blood. There was no commotion or reason for them to be concerned, other than the fact that the story was that the kid was a little intoxicated and they were consensually hanging out, which was a lie. But I mean, are the police supposed to radar Zahner know that? No, of course not. They're human beings, and they absolutely can be, fooled in a sense. And it's so sad that happened, because I mean, there could have been victims that would have been saved had he have been caught sooner, but that's not authorities' fault in any way, in my opinion. I'm going to read some comments here, though, you guys, before I carry on. Excuse me. Yes, I did put you in, hippie chick. It takes lots of drops of water to create an ocean. That's an interesting saying, Lisa. That's a good saying. Hey, Lahaina, how are you, girl? Been missing you. You haven't been around very much, but nice to see you. Weird. We chatting now. I must have known yesterday. Today our chat was going to be Jeffrey. You had some intuition there, did ya? I mean, and like when he got sentenced and stuff, the victim impact statement of the Lindsay family was just so powerful. You could literally see, hear, feel, and taste the anger and, the just wanting to get a piece of him for what he's done. He had no reason to be doing things like this to people. And, it's just absolutely heartbreaking to watch and not cry, because you can just feel the pain. I mean, shoot, the guy was brutal. What he did to their family member was, I don't know, like how many people would have been able to control themselves as much as she did. Is, as angry as she got, I think, there would have been some other people in the world that would have just attacked him right there in the courtroom. I mean, he's lucky that she just yelled and screamed at him. But I mean, it was just so heartbreaking to see all of that, knowing what he's done to these people. Absolutely brutal. But I just want to grab some notes here, you guys, because there's just so much. Something that I found a little startling, but I mean, it was at his grandmother's house. I mean, there was foul odors coming up from the basement, and I don't know, like it seems a little bit odd. Did she never see like bones in the trash can that seemed a little bit too big to be animal bones that were just eaten? What about the stuff being held in the fridges and the cupboards and the cabinetry and I mean, yeah, this case, you guys, literally has given me an upset stomach, Clary. I'm glad you put that up because I mean, I was just like deep breaths, right? Like you just can't even wrap your freaking mind around why somebody would even want to do something like this to someone. Now, there did seem to be a little bit of history with Jeffrey, like the fact that he was dissecting animals at like 12 and 13 and 14 and picking up roadkill, and really, like, even his father in an interview asked him, so if you were interested in something like that, what's the point of doing it 2, 3, 4, 5 times? Like, what more are you going to learn or see or get out of doing, the dissecting of animal and stuff like that? And I mean, Jeffrey admittedly states that it could have turned into something healthy like a taxidermy career, but for some reason it went, a more heinous route. Could that have been because he had like, no religious belief at that point? I don't know. I think that's a huge red sign, Sheila. You're 100% right. I mean, and I think that's what his father was trying to state in a sense was, that he wanted other parents to know what to kind of look for, things that perhaps seemed odd now looking back, and what they could do in their own family if something, happens like that. So, or they see, heinous things like that. He was in the army and he was kicked out for his drinking habit. But I mean, he was drinking at the high school, and I don't understand why that was not nipped in the butt. He had alcohol in his jacket, in his bag, in his locker. He was drinking morning, noon, and night sometimes. And I mean, even a teacher addressed it, asking him why he's drinking gin or something in the classroom, and he said it was his medicine. I mean, right then and there should have been some things reported and stuff done. But I mean, let's remember this was all already like it was like 80s, I guess. So we've come a long way, obviously, since then. That wouldn't be anything tolerated, but that should have been some signs back then that should have been handled a little bit differently. But yeah, like crazy. The book A Father's Story, which is Lionel Dahmer's version, I guess, of what he feels, it looked like for Jeffrey growing up and what he saw in him. And he kind of seems to be putting the blame a little bit on his wife. But then when he admits that he had these, dreams of killing people, like I think like that almost makes you a little bit of a culprit of donating some crazy into this person that, turned out that way. But again, it's not something they could have even prevented. So why would we even point the finger at them? You know what I mean? It's like something that genetically, happened within the system in the build of him. And I don't think that's something that could have been avoided. But I mean, for those of you that don't know how that sort of ended, he was, ultimately beaten to death by another inmate, November 28th, 1994. He was bludgeoned to death with a barbell to the point that he was literally unrecognizable, you guys. I mean, even the coroner didn't know who it was until they did the testing. That's how badly he was beaten. Um, you know, what do we call that? Jailhouse justice, right? Apparently, yeah, I guess his cellmate or the person he was working with or there with in that moment also got beaten to death. So yeah, I guess the jailhouse justice was served. But a heartbreaking story. I don't even want to go into all of the heinous details about it because I just kind of wanted to have the discussion around, the blame aspect. I think that as society in the world, we always want to sort of look at, well, this is why this happened. But I mean, if it's something in your genetics that you can't prevent, how can you even blame the parent, So yeah, what goes around comes around. And, like lots of people were like, so what do you think about the fact that he found God and Jesus and stuff like that? And I just think that that is a personal journey, to each their own. And, if that's the truth, that's between him and God. And only he knows how sincere his heart was and all of that stuff. But there are figures all throughout biblical history that show, murderers and rapists and all kinds of heinous characters that, were ultimately in the end used for a good purpose by the higher power. So, you always jokingly say youngest was Satan's spawn and my demon child. Oh, no, don't do that. Yeah, that's not something I would want to be saying to my child, But, I understand you were probably joking, and I'm sure they knew you were joking. But his cannibalism and all of that, like, I don't know, there's some pretty serious discussions about that in the Bible too. And it's just like, that honestly, I don't feel like we have the right to judge. It is really between him and God, right? But thankfully he did have, this survivor, right? Tracy Edwards was just an amazing character, in my opinion. Like, he stood up on that stand and confronted this monster who practically, he would have been a victim had he not have punched this Jeffrey Dahmer in the face and ran out the door. And thank God there was a couple of officers that were not far, to sort of stop this reign of terror, And, I commend him because, like, how many people are able to do stuff like that? Most people would freeze and then become that victim in that situation. And I mean, he was not going to allow that to happen to him. And I mean, he sensed something off. He smelled something off. Jeffrey wouldn't allow him in the fridge for some odd reason. And then he's being super freaking weird by telling him he's going to eat his heart and stuff. Like, absolutely brutal. I'm glad that this guy's reign of terror is over. However, it's very obvious that the family is still around, and I mean, this is still plaguing them. Sadly, I don't think that that's okay. Hey, Chica Chilled, how you doing, honey? He thinks it's hilarious. Your first son, perfect. That's how for to make. Thought I had the whole parenting thing figured out, then bam, here came Nathan. That's funny. I'm sure you're an excellent mother, so it's not an easy job. So absolutely crazy, I thought, and it's interesting to hear him talk about, how he feels about what he did, and how he feels about what his parents feel about him and stuff. It's pretty crazy. Jeffrey Dahmer. I think it's had this have happened, in the newer days, he would have been caught in immediately. Like, it, he certainly is no mastermind as much as he is a manipulator. You know what I mean? He was able to, dismember all of these bodies and keep that DNA hidden and whatever. He was smart enough to be using like acid to, eat away at the flesh and stuff, and dispose of the bones like just in the trash can, so nobody would ever suspect anything in a sense. But like the smell would have probably given it away if anybody knew what that was. And I, honestly don't think that his grandmother even knew what the smell was, but she just knew that it was awful and didn't understand it. He will remain a murder legend, I guess you could say. But what a brutal thing to have attached to you. And if I could encourage anything, it would be to not blame the parents for, what their son chose to do. He was a grown person when he was choosing to do these things. It's not like he was a child. So yes, if you enjoy spending time with me, please hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to see you again. But the story is pretty crazy, in my opinion. The ultimate sick, demented person. I think it's unfair to blame the parents, just because they are the people that birthed, Jeffrey. They also raised him to have a normal life. So there's really no need to be putting the blame on them, in my opinion. Already the thumbs up and the subscribe. I was just throwing it in early. Hey, Chica Chilled, would you like to be entered in the draw for this beautiful bracelet that I'm giving away? Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yes. Oops, I put it on the wrong way. Only me, right? Of course it's on the wrong way again. There, let's turn it around. Come on, camera. Work with me. But yeah, I'm doing the draw on the 27th of February. If you want, I can put your name into the draw box. For anybody interested, just let me know. I did do a post on YouTube for it, though, you guys. Who is more well-known, Dahmer or Bundy? Well, I feel like that's almost like a tie. Like they both... Yes? Okay, Chica. They both have their, reign of terror in a sense. And I mean, they both lasted for so long. I mean, it's just brutal. His bro is normal. Yeah, exactly. No, that's right, Bunny the Bear. I noticed that he had a brother actually on some sites. And I mean, he's had child molestation, indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, life imprisonment, public intoxication, murder. He's got, excuse me, quite the serious rap sheet about him, But hard to choose between those two, I will say. Both are as famous? Are you serious? No way. I didn't look into his brother. I just thought that would be a little invasion of privacy in a sense. I don't know. So I just didn't really look into him too much. Tell me more, Bunny the Bear. What do you mean? I just realized that I think that you're actually talking about Dahmer and Bundy and not Dahmer and his brother. Sorry if that's what you meant. Yeah, I think both are equally comparing those two, they equally had a crazy reign of terror to them. Yeah, I know. I knew I misunderstood that. Of course I did. Yeah, Jeff and Bundy. Yeah. But kind of heartbreaking that the family was so hurt, by the public. That's what I don't like, actually. It's just like, we really just shouldn't be doing that to people who are already going through so much. I mean, that's just so wrong in so many ways. And I don't understand why some people, do that to others. You're funny, Bunny the Bear. Hey, Laura, how's it going, girl? Would you like to be entered in the draw for the beautiful bracelet that I'm giving away? Let's see if I can put this on right the first time. Here's the bracelet. And attached to it, you guys, it has the little code thing, so you can look it up on... Oh, would you just focus, please? I'll start yelling at my camera. No, but it has the little code, so you can check it up on Charmed Aroma and see the value and stuff. Hey, Kara, would you like to be entered in the draw, honey? Yes, Laura? Okay. Laura Preciado and Kara Schofner, sorry. All right, so there's your names. Find my camera. And we're using, I'm so like creative, we're just using a Kleenex box. All right, so entered. You are entered. And February 27th, we're going to do the draw live together. It's so difficult to not be critical of the Watts family. I'm sure they are going through a difficult time. I totally agree with you, but this is what I meant. Is it's not okay for everybody to blame the Watts family for Chris's actions. I mean, I understand that we're all getting upset at the way the Watts family handled, his marriage with Shanann and how they handled her, requests about the nut allergy and stuff. I mean, we all can quite honestly see the type of person that they are in their actions, right? So that's not what I meant. What I meant is we shouldn't be blaming the Watts family for what Chris did, just like nobody should blame the Dahmer parents for what Jeffrey did. I mean, it was Jeffrey's choice solely, So that's what I meant. What time on the 27th? Well, it's going to be live, so I'm not sure. I might just wait till the evening or something and do, because it's a special live show. I don't usually do lives on Thursdays, So probably in the evening, maybe 7 Central Standard Time. Their Dahmer parents are very good, normal, intelligent people, and not bad parents, and I don't blame them. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at, but they're, by watching these interviews, you guys, it was quite obvious that they were disheveled from the way the public was sort of attacking them, and the way that they ended up sort of attacking each other. Lionel was sort of blaming her and possibly these seizures that she may have had that she perhaps doesn't remember, which I strongly suggest, going to her doctor to find out if that's something that really happened or not. Because, I mean, it's quite possible you wouldn't remember a seizure coming out of something like that, And if he was there to see it happening, I mean, I don't know. He claims that she was foaming a little bit at the mouth and she was rigid and seizuring. And, he called the doctor and he stated that back then they still did house visits and stuff. And the doctor administered some sort of, calming drug, whether that was morphine or benzodiazepine or something like that. And, she doesn't remember any of this. So, I mean, like that's if it was me that somebody was saying this about, I mean, the first thing I would go to do is figure out if it was true or not, because I mean, even though that's not her fault, she was if it's true and she was going through a seizure and she was administered medications that really maybe shouldn't have been administered while she was pregnant, but it was done, a doctor chose to do it and whatever, it happened. They at least maybe have some reasoning behind why maybe some of this psychologically happened in his makeup to create this monster in a sense, but that's in no way or shape or form her or his fault. And so, like, it's just quite heartbreaking to see them, their whole relationship fell apart. Well, not because of all this, but I don't know. Like, I think that they quite honestly knew that there was some things that were not right that were going on, but they didn't exactly know what that was. And had Lionel have opened up the box that, Jeffrey Dahmer had it at his house that had body part in it, he was literally like moments away from smashing the box open because he had asked Jeffrey to open up the box, and they got into an argument and a big fight about it. And Lionel said to Jeffrey, listen, you're either going to open this box or I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to get some tools and I'm going to freaking open the box, kind of thing was what happened, right? And he got mad, upset, Jeffrey did, and he went outside realizing that if he didn't stop this, his dad was going to find out what was in that box. So he went back in the house and he said, listen, I'm sorry for getting upset. I was angry, and like, let's just forget about the box today. I'll put it away and I'll open it for you tomorrow in the morning. Well, that granted him the time to take out the contents and replace it with pornography and make it look like, that's all that was in the box. But I mean, like, he was like so close to getting caught more than once. And so that's what I think that in the household, they knew that something wasn't really right, but they didn't know what it was. And, it eventually created a division and a divorce, and that really affected Jeffrey. I can say that I honestly feel like that affected him. Well, even he admitted, you guys, in the interview in jail that it affected him. We're talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. I was just wondering because my daughter has a sleep study that night and I can't have my phone on there super late. Well, if you win, I mean, I'm not going to, if you're not there, like, to hear who won, that's okay. I'm still going to try to get in contact with you and to give you the item. And for those of you that are just popping in, if you're interested, I noticed there's a few more viewers, but I am doing a giveaway for this beautiful little bracelet. I'll see if we can't get this to focus again. Beautiful little bracelet. I was thinking about doing a ring, but then I was like, nah, that's kind of maybe too weird. So I'm doing a bracelet. If you want to be entered in the draw, just let me know. I'll put your name in the box. You had no idea that Dahmer's dad insisted on being shown what was in the box? Yes. And I mean, had Jeffrey not have gone back in the house and sort of calmed the situation and convinced him to allow him to open the box in the morning and not right now, he would have been caught. And his dad even asks him, like, what would you have done if I would have opened up that box? And all Jeffrey said was, well, I guess the gig would have been up then. And I mean, it's just like, holy shit, like, that's crazy. So, that close he was to getting caught. Yes, I just saw Cloud go by too. Lori, how you doing, honey? Hey, Linda Logan. Are either of you ladies interested in entering in the draw for the bracelet? Feel free to say no if you're not. That's okay. It's really cute because it's adjustable, right? So it has like these two little hooks, right? And you can literally pull it through to make it smaller and bigger. It's really cute. God feeling. I'm okay, Lori. Thanks for asking, hun. I wonder if he would have killed his dad too, or if that would have been a little too personal and close. Some serial killers can't with their own family and stuff. Like, that's quite often the wow shock factor is the person had a completely normal life and never hurt a soul that they were closest to, kind of thing, but turn around and go out and kill and maim and dismember complete strangers. And I mean, for Jeffrey, his motive was just finding somebody that he was attractive to. And, you know, he grew up sort of feeling like he was gay and he didn't really feel accepted. And he just thought it was a time that you couldn't be open about something like that. And, you know, all in all, it was just I think a really hard time, and he didn't know how to express himself. And, you know, he went about it, of course, all the wrong way, as we know. So. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to do the raffle. It might be fun, right? Seriously agree with you. Child mimics its parents. I don't know. I didn't know if we had to be in the live to win. No, you don't have to be in the live to win. I think I can be honest and just show the person's name that I chose, and you know, then we'll get into contact with each other. So excuse me. God-fearing, kind, beautiful, and innocent parents with not an evil bone can still produce killers. Nature versus nurture comes to question. Yeah, I agree, you know. And like I said, the fact that his father admittedly sort of had these heinous dreams growing up, and perhaps, you know, Joyce having been administered some types of medication that maybe shouldn't have been, and the combination of that with pregnancy, you know, his seed and whatever's happening in her body. I don't know. Like I could see that scientifically, logically, in a sense, you know. But to blame them and say like you're the making of a monster, like oh my goodness, come on. Whoever said that should be ashamed of themselves, in my opinion. You know. Hi, Sassy Me. How are you? Hi, Yvette. The bracelet's beautiful. Would you like to be entered in the draw, Yvette? Yeah. Anybody else while I'm writing out some names? Yvette Noel. I love your last name. Oh, I almost didn't show you. There you go, Yvette. And this is our little draw box. Linda wants in. Linda Logan. Thank you, Clary. Sorry if I missed you there, Linda. There you go. Linda Logan. Oh, it was Linda Avery? I thought I got a Lisa Avery. Never mind you. Clary. Now I gotta find it. Oh, crap. The draw is for Lisa's laughing. The draw is for a beautiful bracelet from Charmed Aroma that I'm giving away. I'll show you the bracelet. I left the tag on so you can go onto the website Charmed Aroma and you can check the authenticity of it and the value. And it's adjustable. If you can see the little tags on the end, so you can pull those through individually to make the bracelet smaller or larger, you know. And it's really cute. What's the matter? We're not going outside, Cloud. You don't even want to ever go outside. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested in having your name put in, then just let me know. I'm just making sure right now that I don't have any doubles. Because I know I had a Lisa and Linda. Okay, no, we're good. And anybody else? Yeah, did you want to be entered, Sassy Me? Yes? Okay. Lori, did you want to enter as well or no? Sorry. It's a sheer silence while I concentrate to cut these papers. All right. Sassy Me. There's your name. Sassy Me. And there's your entry in the box. Just trying to cheat. It's definitely Logan. Okay. Perfect. And then I'll have to go and check the post because I asked anybody to make sure that they put their name like on there. But if it's twice, then I'm only going to do the one. So, but I did do a post about this. Yeah, it should be fun. The draw is going to be on February 27th. So hopefully you're free and you can come and hang out and I'm just going to grab a coffee. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Oh, who gave me $5? Was that Chica again? Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, Chica. You're tired right now, Clary? A big possibility was watching a video with Psychic recently that stated on the children are visiting him in prison daily, haunting him almost. Who are you talking about, Chica? Are you talking about Chris? Lori, you don't want to be entered? That's okay. You're going to grab a cup of tea? Nice. Benny the Bear. I sure hope that Bella is haunting him. Yeah, you guys are talking about Chris. It's Clary. Oh, I'm snitching. You're funny. Laura, thanks for your order on the cup, hey? I got the email that you ordered a mug from the merchandise store. Thank you. Thinking she was just sitting in a different location, but I think she's just rearranged. I did rearrange furniture, nearly killed my back. I was literally crying at the end of it, you guys. And my furniture is light. Like each piece maybe weighs like 15 pounds at most. That like, it's light, you know? I can't lift things that are too heavy. It just kills me. So at the end of it, which isn't very much, it just like moved a couple pieces around. I was just dying, like literally dying, crying. But yeah, a little bit of a change of scenery, I thought, you know? Oh, yeah, Kobe. Yeah, he doesn't even say my name right. I wonder if he does that because I accidentally say other people's names incorrectly sometimes. Like I'm really bad. So Chica's signature super chat when Sherry was gone. Yeah, I know. That is Chica Chill's signature. That's her signature move. You love my channel. You're so sweet. I love you. Thank you. Denise, you don't have to retract your message. Yes, I noticed the mug order. Thank you, Laura. That's awesome. Hopefully you love the big size mug. My place is cute. Aw, thank you. You know, when I got here, you guys, I literally had nothing, so I had to spend all my work time and money building up my space again, kind of thing, you know? Yeah, I figured you guys were talking about Chris. Someone listened to a psychic who said one of the girls was visiting him in prison. Interesting. Heather, I can put your name in for the draw. Aren't you the same person that was coming in with Boysen, though, mentioning the sleep it law and stuff? I was not too impressed with that because I'm the type of person that if I don't know about something, I will go look it up to learn about it. And when I looked it up, I figured out that it was a whole lot of crap, and I was really not impressed that you would do that. But there's your name for the entry, regardless. And in you go. Because I have a big heart and I really don't hold a grudge. But I really noticed that, you know, you did that. And I was like, what was up with that? Thank you for the compliment, Lori, but don't be jealous. You know what it is just piecing together things and making it look the way you want. So if you find maybe a look in a magazine that you love, you can grab that paper and just keep it on your fridge for pinpointing sake and, you know, grab things here and there. Like I thrift shop, right? So, you know, you don't always get all the pieces all at once in order to put it together and make it look beautiful. So it takes time to build it, you know, for it to come out like this. I noticed, though, that you really can't see my wall, which is unfortunate because I really love that color wall. Sherry should get up and get something like every 5 minutes then. You're so funny, Lori. I actually was thinking that. I'm like, don't do that. It'll be so obvious that's why you're leaving, you know? Like, you're funny, Lori. I'm your new follower, Chema. Tell me what you do in your channel. We cover true stories here, ranging from survivors to natural disasters to crime to missing people. True stories, most any kind. So welcome. He needs haunted every day for what he did. Yeah, I hear you, sassy me. Hi, Norma Guerra, new sub. Welcome. Would you like to be entered in the draw for the bracelet? I don't know if you saw it or not. It's a beautiful little charmed aroma bracelet. Let's see if we can't get this to focus right off the hop. Come on, camera. It's adjustable on this side. And it has the little tag so you can look up your value of the bracelet and stuff. You want to be entered? Yeah? Yeah, for sure. All right. Norma Gira. Sorry if I didn't say that right. There's your name. And we'll put you into the box, the draw Kleenex box. Oh, well. We're working with what we have. NGL sister, hello. How do you order a mug? Well, you can go to the merchandise store. Let's see if I can. There's the merchandise store link for you guys that are interested. Yeah, I was wondering why, you had come over, you and Boysen, to do something like that. And I don't understand what the point was, to make me look stupid. That's kind of what I felt like, I mean, I'm obviously not sitting here claiming to be the most smart person, but if I don't know about something, I'll go and look it up. I don't want somebody to, speak of it as if it's already something that's so true and out there. And how could you not know? And then you go and look it up and it's nothing. That's really not, super cool. So. Just have to go open the door for Cloud. Hang on. Oh, okay. So I guess the Boysen, you're just not going to ever answer me on what the point was of doing that, or what? This was like 5 live videos ago by now, it seems like. I've done a few. Agreed that I looked like someone else. Perhaps it was a misunderstanding then. Yes, that is what I mean. Boysen. Ancient law for the Persian Empire. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. It still doesn't seem to have anything on that. So, odd for sure. It was a mistake. All right. Sounds good. I'm glad we got that cleared up. No, I didn't think it was bad. I just thought, if somebody's bringing up something that isn't even, in fact, searchable and able to be learned about, what is it then? You know what I mean? Oh man, are you serious, Lori? Were you able to verify that at all, or is that just a rumor? Because if that's just a rumor, Cloud goes outside. No, that's the thing, is he meows at the door to go outside, and then I take him out there and he doesn't even want to go. He just wants to go in the hallway, and I'm like, we're not going to hang out in the hallway. Like, what is that? You just ordered a mug? Can't wait. Oh, thanks, Chica Chill. 5 cups of coffee a day. Love it. When I looked it up, boys, and I still can't find much of anything on that. So that's what's confusing, you know? If this was something that was in fact a law from ancient times, then why is there nothing on Google about it? That's so silly. So let's just drop it, I guess, because probably not going to figure it out. You haven't verified it, but it came from a reliable source. Interesting. Well, that's going to be an odd connection for, little Kaylee, right? Bareth. I mean, honestly, to have a half brother or sister by the person who helped, cover up the murder of your mother, like, that's brutal. Yes, Heather, I can do that. Hi, DJ. You guys should take a picture and send it to me when you get your mugs. No, she said KK, which would be the other one, Peterson. You thought, I know, it's all the K in there that's confusing everybody, right? I gotta go and dump out my bird feeder outside. It's got about this much of snow and nobody can get into it. Squirrels or birds, they all just kind of flutter around it and then go away. Yes, Crystal Kenny. Yeah. Love you too, Heather. I was just so confused and I was like, what the heck's going on? What's even weirder is, like, I couldn't find it in, any kind of law book. And I was like, what the fiddle? Like, what is this about? But I thought I had heard something about that. Like, I thought I had heard that word before, so I was confused as to why I couldn't find anything on it. Yeah. Hey, Clown Show, how's it going? Hey, hey, hey. Aw, sorry, Heather. I think this bracelet's just super cute. It's very dainty, that's for sure. I like how it's adjustable too. So yeah, if you want to be entered into the draw for this beautiful bracelet, let me know and I'll put your name into the box. My camera does not want to focus today, like, at all. It's like, work with me. It's early. So draw for this is going to be on February 27th. It's got the tag attached so you can check on the Charmed Aroma site to see your value of your item. It's super cute. Now we're getting a good view of it, eh? It's so cute. You're having trouble figuring out how to order? You'll figure it out eventually. It's pretty user-friendly on that site, Big Cartel. Snowflake, I know, right? Snowflake, so pretty. From me. Kind of little snowflake, right? Too funny. Trying to find chat topic. You want a beautiful anything? DJ, would you like to be entered in the draw for the bracelet, or what about you, MGL sister? Awesome pick. I know, right? The super, super close-up was a good one. Off subject, but was reading that the Craig Street killer committed suicide. No. Do you think he was guilty? I don't know who the Craig Street killer is. You'd have to give me a little bit more info than that. MGL sister, like perhaps a last name, where it happened. All right, ladies, here is your names. Oh, I've heard of the Craigslist killer. I don't know much about that case, but I did hear about that. If that's what she's talking about, I guess, then yes, I have heard a little bit about it. You add to bag, but it keeps saying empty. Sherry the Snow Bunny. Yeah, exactly, right? Excuse me. Perhaps it was the Craigslist killer, perhaps. Craigslist killer. Yeah, I've heard of that case. I think with anything, you have to be careful and trust your gut instinct. If you are, because some of these heinous things happened, like especially from Jeffrey Dahmer, where he ran into somebody out on the street, in a sense. He met them in a public place. I believe he was, hang on. There was like bath shops that he visited for some victims, bath clubs, sorry, gay bars, public places, bookstores, and then bus stops and stuff. Like, I mean, the guy was really brazen in the fact that he didn't seem to shy away from the public or other people, maybe even overhearing him, luring them to his apartment with, under the promise of money for nude photos. And at that point, going sideways and killing them, strangling them. Oftentimes he drugged them. He would concoct a Valium, benzo type relaxant drink, and he would drug them and then he would kill them, was going to a doctor and was engaged. Social media can be dangerous. I think it's really important to really have that gut instinct feeling, I don't think he was going to school to be a doctor that I know of, but perhaps you've heard something that I didn't know. I don't know about that, Clary. I've not heard that before. But I just think it's really important that no matter where you are or what you're doing, like if you're standing at a bus stop and someone rolls up and asks you if you want to ride, I mean, that could possibly be, the last time you get into someone's vehicle. You're in a confined, closed space where, let's face it, if you can't get out fast enough, they could really harm you. Hey, Nasty Nate. Yeah, the Exorcist movie was actually playing in his room when Tracy Edwards escaped from that space. He had convinced him that they should go into the other room where there was air conditioning and chill in the living room and have a beer. But had that guy not have gotten out of that apartment, he probably would have been an 18th victim. There would have been 18 victims, is what I'm trying to say. I was shocked mostly to hear that he was able to overpower a bodybuilder. One of his victims was a bodybuilder. And I mean, that guy probably wasn't very small. And, Jeffrey Dahmer was able to overpower him and strangle him. Unless he drugged him first, and that was how he was able to. Which seemed to be his motto. That seemed to be his method. He was a medical student. Hey, Christina, how are you? Google it. I wouldn't just say it's to lie. Well, I'm sure, there's a lot of public places that, heinous, twisted people use for their perverse, whatever they're trying to accomplish. If you watch it, you will die in 11 years, like 76. Interesting. Well, apparently when he was in the room with Tracy Edwards, he looked at the TV at one point, staring into the TV for a moment, and then turned his attention back to Tracy, who very intelligently convinced him to go into the other room. And I mean, of course, to get closer to the door, like to get the hell out of there. Jeffrey Dahmer could switch to being stronger and more menacing. He was like a gay Hulk. I don't think so. Like, he oftentimes had to drug his victims before he was able to overpower them. So you're funny, clown show. I'm still here too. I've not watched it. It's not something that's of interest to me. I've seen little bits and pieces, and like, it's just deadly. Let's just say, having a flare up with MS, but okay. Aw, I'm sorry you're having a flare up. You're funny, Clary. It's your little devil emoji. It took some quick thinking for Tracy Edwards to escape from Jeffrey Dahmer, in my opinion, He was able to sort of pay attention to enough detail, waiting for him to, look away and whatnot, and catch him off guard, and punched him in the face and hauled ass. Like, who could blame him? Welcome back, Kara. Lisa says, wow, when I worked with sex offenders, it was wild how many of their crimes happened in public restrooms. They were child molesters. My boys were not allowed to go to public restrooms till they were 11 years old. Well, that's really smart of you, Lisa, as a mom, Yeah, like I find it crazy that somebody would have that much gall, you know, and courage to do something like that in a public place and think that you're not going to get caught and stuff. Like that's brutal. Even then, you stood right outside the door. No doubt, hey? No doubt. Christina, would you like to be entered in the draw, honey, for the bracelet that I'm doing a giveaway on? Let's see if we can't do another nice close-up of this. It's a beautiful charmed aroma little dainty bracelet. Come on, camera. Thank you. So if you're interested in having your name entered into the draw for this cute little bracelet, I am going to be doing the draw on February 27th at about 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I can put your name into the draw if you're interested in winning this. The nice thing is that it's adjustable too. It's really cute, and you can check on Charmed Aroma the value of the item and stuff. So really, really cute little bracelet. Yeah, I love the soft music. It's like spa music in the background. Yes, you entered already. Christina has Angel 64. Why are you? I don't think I put your name in though. Did you? I would have written that all out, and I don't remember writing that whole name out. So unless you have two accounts that you enter in on, I don't know. Kathleen, you want to be entered? Okay. Kathleen. I can't say your last name, so we're just going to write it out. It's a really cool last name. There you go. Come on, focus camera. And we'll put you into the box. She might be entered on the, yeah, well, I'm going to check the community post and make sure that if there's anybody in there that I missed, then I'll add them. And if there's doubles, you know, obviously I won't re-add them, you know. You forgot to mention Nasty Nate earlier. What do you mean? You're welcome, Kathleen. Yeah, if she commented on the community page, I just won't add it twice, you know? What did Nate say? Is that a serial killer souvenir? What? It's from Charmed Aroma. No, it's not a serial killer or anything. But I thought it might be a great way to say thank you to all of my viewers and do a little free giveaway for fun. So I have a lot of stuff. It's like, you know, I think I can afford it. It's like wine guards. Okay. I didn't want to like brutalize it. So I was like, maybe I won't attempt this one. Are the boys allowed to in the drawing? Of course, because they might have a pretty lady they want to give it to or something. Of course. Anybody can enter. I asked if the boys were entered in the drawing, and I mentioned Percy Sargent and 24-Hour Crime. And you forgot about Nasty Nate. Well, if any of the guys want to enter, you just got to give me your name or call comment that you would like to be entered. You're waiting for the anklet drawing. I don't have an anklet. Okay, Christina. Rob Ascotti, I think. Rob Ascotti. Okay, there's your name, my dear. Put you in. And can my 2 cats enter? Yeah, no. I just have to run to the washroom. I'll be right back. Heat up my coffee. You will be blessed more when you do stuff like that. I think we are blessed when we give. Yes. Well, and it makes me feel good in my heart. You guys are so awesome and generous with me that, you know, that it's not going to hurt me to give back, you know? It's awesome to do giveaway. You're awesome. Gotta run. Okay, have a good day, Heather. Sorry for the confusion earlier. Much love to you, girl. Sister's boyfriend's name is Nate. Call him Nate Dog. That's cute. I'm sure he doesn't mind. That's cute. Christina, I already entered you. There's just 1 entry per person. Hello, Dana. How are you? Clary, you're like, oh, okay, bye, Heather. Just way later. It's all good. Who was joking? Heather was? Oh, Christina. I'm great. Thanks, Dana. Is there a Sarah? Hey, Sarah. How's it going, girl? I haven't seen you in a little while. Hey, other Sherry. Yeah, hi, Sherry. It would look like I was going to start talking to myself. Yeah, that is really unfortunate, Christina, for your loss. But the fact that you have an angel now is awesome, you know? Been not feeling great, but resting. Would you like to be entered in the draw for the bracelet giveaway, Sarah? You're fixing to make some rice, eh, Nate? Yeah? All right. Put your name in. Sarah Z. Put you into the box. Getting full in here, you guys. You just ate some pizza? Yum. I enjoy making my pita bread pizzas because, you know, they're just like a portion size for yourself in a sense, you know? It's perfect size. This is my draw box. I'm doing a giveaway for a bracelet, Dana. If you're interested, I can put your name in for the draw. This is the cute little bracelet. Let's see if we can't get this to focus. It's cute, right? So if you would like to be entered in the draw is going to be on February 27th at 7 p.m. It's from Charmed Aroma, so you guys have the tag to look up the value, and you can keep it for yourself or give it as a gift. It's a cute little dainty bracelet that's adjustable. So these two little things on the end, you actually pull them through gently and you can adjust the size of the bracelet. Really cute. I just don't really wear bracelets too often, so I thought I'd do a cute giveaway. They are nice to love them. The giveaway is a really nice idea, Kathleen says. Absolutely. Sure, Dana a little bit says. Dana a little bit, sorry. There's your name, Dana. I'll put you into the little box. You should record this. What do you mean, Chica Chilled? Oh, Clary, sometimes it's so hard to keep quiet. Someone losing a child is the hardest thing in the world. Brother lost his boy too. 100%, 100%, Clary. Laura, that's too bad your brother lost his boy. I can't imagine that heartache, you know? That's got to be just intense pain. However, I may have felt something similar when I lost my children, but they just didn't pass away. So I'm not sure if that's the same feeling, but I mean, it was literally everything inside of you felt ripped out and just a mess, physically, emotionally, mentally. Really crazy thing to live through. Yeah. I'm not even sure how to bring up something like that, you know? It's just like, well, whatever, to each their own. As an aunt, it hurt my heart so much that I couldn't breathe. So far, the parents, I can only imagine. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Laura, I can't even imagine, you know. So you don't have to repeat your answer to box question. You can record your answer and just hit play when someone asks what's the in the box. I don't know how to do that, Chica Chilled. I really don't. I'm not that technology savvy that I really even know how to do half of this stuff. I've spent the past year and a half almost now fumbling around with my tech issues. I still need to take, I'm going to be taking all my computers in because I know that there's something going on in them. I just don't know, what exactly it is, but I have a feeling that it's like a hacker or somebody messing with the insides of my computers. So, Dana, I heard your communication with one of the other YouTubers that had been dishonest, and I was quite shocked at how some of that was communicated, and I was really like jaw dropping, um, because if you're going to ask somebody to explain something and then they start talking and you're telling them to be quiet and stuff, it's really confusing and mixed signals, especially from somebody who has a psychological background and stuff. So, I mean, I was just like, what the fiddle is going on? I don't know. I agree that what Michelle did was 100% wrong, and she really should, pay back the viewers that she was dishonest to and stuff like that. But the way that it all happened was really a little bit shocking. I don't know. Because it was all on air, right? So you realize that everybody can hear that. I hope you realize that everybody can hear that. Hey, Sparkles, how's it going? Would you like to be entered into the draw that we're doing for the bracelet that I'm giving away? This is the beautiful little bracelet that I'm giving away. I hate my camera sometimes. It's just like, just focus, just work with me. Yes, Sparkles? Cool. It's from Charmed Aroma, so you can actually go on the site and key in the little code and it'll tell you, the value and the authenticity of it. Sparkles. So there's your name. And we will put you into the little draw box. You did your best. Okay, well, yeah. I was just really like shocked, It sounds like she was getting a lot of pushback from it. Like, I understand where she was coming from in trying to get, the YouTube woman to understand the severity of, the dishonesty behind what she was doing and stuff like that. I just think verbally, sort of the way that it was pulled about was really, whoa. So I think that's how I came across your channel, because I heard that too. What did you hear, Norma? You're welcome, Christine. Yeah, in my opinion, it was just a little too forcefully, you know. It was, you know, I understand the gravity of what she's done wrong and stuff, you know, but it seemed as though you guys had had many conversations on the sidelines in the past, that you were able to, you know, talk to her like that and stuff. I don't know, but I mean, does she understand the severity of what she did and stuff, you know? I guess we'll just bring the elephant right in the room, eh, Clary? Like, I don't even have that kind of background, and I kind of thought it was, you know, a little forceful, you know? I was one of her regular subs, never had a conversation before that very day. Are you for real? Wow, I would never let you talk to me like that. I can't believe that. I mean, I get what she did was very wrong, but the way that you were addressing her was just completely disrespectful. But what she did was completely disrespectful. It just, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, the whole thing is like, holy shit, what the? So, and I mean, of course, when it's all over YouTube, of obviously everybody's gonna eventually hear and see and figure it out and know about it and stuff. So I was a little bit shocked. That's all. I didn't hear see the exchange, but it sounds pretty emotionally charged. Yeah, Lisa, it was. Like, I'm a very direct person, but I felt like that was, you know, a little bit of overkill. But yeah, you were speaking over YouTube 100%. And like that's why so many people know about it, right? And I mean, what she did was absolutely wrong. I mean, ethically, morally, I mean, you just can't lie about something like that and expect the world to, you know, be forgiving on that aspect. And it was all to do with, you know, finances on a vehicle. So I understand what she did was very wrong. It's just how it was sort of went about to, you know, help her make amends. I mean, I don't know if she wasn't willing to make the amends on her own and you had to force her to do that anyways. Was it even authentic? Was that realistic for the viewers that felt wronged and taken advantage of? Because I don't know. I don't. Yeah. You should really go back and listen to it, Dana, because that's exactly what it was. I was shocked. Who knows? She's probably just logged off or something now. But this is like Real Housewives of YouTube. I would love to be a part of that show. Love the Real Housewives. I have to admit, I would love to be in that show, you know? But I'm going to go grab one more cup of coffee. Real quick, you know what's actually funny about all that, Clary, is that she felt and kind of knew that that was about and surrounding her. You know, like, what did I do? What did I say? How do you not know what you did and said? It was a pretty bad lie, Norma. I agree. I think that's not something you should joke about, having an illness that you don't really have, and then at that point unethically collecting funds to pay for such illness is illegal, you know. Um oh, sister. You work with borderline personality disorder, Dana. Maybe perhaps trying to assist somebody in amending a mistake of their own maybe isn't the best, you know, especially in the public, you know, like to do that outright in front of everybody. And I mean, just kind of the way that it went about was just really a little bit harsh, you know. But I understand that what she's done is a little bit harsh, but you know, it really shouldn't have been your job to, you know, to do that. It should have been her doing that. And I believe you even stated that to her, Dan, at one point was, you know, she can't repeat a phrase in your manner because that's just her using your words. She needed to be authentic. She needed to do that from the get-go. You assisting her with that at all was really, it just made her whole thing not look very genuine. Nasty Nate, there was a YouTube lady that had lied about having cancer as a disease and collected proceeds from her viewers to help pay for treatments and tried to make it look like it was something authentic by uploading a photo of you know, a hospital intravenous bag that she claimed was treatment, which really wasn't. And she was caught in the lie, and people were calling her out on it. And you know, they wanted, you know, their money back in a sense, pretty much. You know, like they felt wronged, and who wouldn't? You know. So the fact that she had kind of lied about something that serious, you know, and collected proceeds on it was really wrong in many ways. But Dana, the way that you went about that was also not very awesome, in my opinion. So no matter how wrong somebody does something, I don't think it's anybody else's job to turn around and be like, say you're sorry, figure it, fix it, and all of that. That's got to come from the person who made the mistake. Otherwise, it's not very sincere, in my opinion. You know, a therapist should be suggesting things and not dictating things, in my opinion. If the video gets into the wrong hands, you could be in serious trouble, especially if you're a therapist for behavioral issues. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Therapists are not only for crazy peeps, Lisa. You're cute, Sparkles. And when she spoke to him, I was like, no, you don't say that. You say this. Yeah. Yeah. It was very mixed signals. And for somebody who's therapist at all, I mean, I'm not a therapist at all, but for crying out loud, even I know that that's not how you should go about it. I did that to help her and the people she scammed. I'm sorry you feel that it was so poorly done. A little bit too harsh, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, but what she did was harsh too. I just don't think it was, you know, anybody's job to turn around and tell her what she needed to be doing. She should have known that all in herself. And if she wasn't going to, well, that speaks volumes about her character. And that's pretty much it, right? I feel kind of sad at your manner and speaking to me. Are you serious? Because I'm telling you, Dana, that if you were to ever speak to me like that, the way that you spoke to Michelle, we would be having a yelling match. We would be arguing and full on fighting verbally. at the way you were addressing her. And I understand that what she did was wrong, but the way that you addressed her was also very wrong. And the way that I'm addressing you right now is actually probably more professional than what you did at all. So I'm not really sure what you're upset about, but I mean, I heard how you were reacting to her, and I felt like, holy crap, taken aback. Like, it was shocking, you know? I don't think the therapist is supposed to dictate to somebody how they're supposed to do something. In fact, I believe that that is unethical in every therapist aspect. You're not supposed to tell them what to do and stuff. I don't know. Things are not going well. It's okay, Chica. I just thought we'd, iron it out. It's funny that she actually knew, that it was about her, that we were even discussing. What did I do? What did I say wrong? It's like, well, it's all over YouTube right now, honey. But I was just very shocked. I certainly would not have allowed somebody to speak to me like that. Is to help a person if they're asked and give them suggestions and guidance in a sense, not to dictate what they should and shouldn't be doing, right? So in a live with like 300 people. Yeah. Yeah, it was I don't know. It was not super professional in my opinion, but excuse me. I don't hold any ill feelings towards you, Dana, but just personally, like between you and me, if you were to have spoken to me like that, I would have been upset. And perhaps, this YouTube lady is not all well and whatever, but, and she did do very wrong, but to be talked to like that about it was a little bit, heavy in my opinion. I don't imagine that you've ever done anything as shocking and deplorable to have somebody speak to you that way. Well, I don't know, like look at the way I failed in my parenting job, and made wrong choices in drugs and lost my kids. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty deplorable in my opinion. Yeah, but that's the whole thing too, is like, when you take it upon yourself to, judge somebody individually, you know, I think you're stepping over a line in that point. It's really not, your job to do that. And as much as she maybe needed some guidance a little bit and stuff, to suggest some things to her and what you think would amend it and then allow her to do that. But to get online and, it was vocalized for everybody to hear, and the way it was addressed was really harsh in my opinion. I think it was a live show. Hello, Soul. How are you today? Soul, did you want to be entered into the draw for the beautiful bracelet that I'm doing a giveaway? This is a little charmed aroma bracelet. It's so cute. Just block. I can put your name into the draw. Lahaina, would you like to be entered into the draw for the cute little bracelet? I like it. It's adjustable on the bottom here. Lahaina, yeah, that is beautiful. Soul, would you like to be entered in the draw too? Alrighty. Maldonado. You have such a cool last name. All right, there's the names. And we will put them in on the 8 Canadian nurses trapped in Haiti. Violent protests Sherry's talking about. Sherry, did you want to be entered into the draw or no? It's okay if you don't. The draw date is going to be on February 27th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've been okay, Soul. How are you? Sherry, yes? Okay. Mountain Man. Truly, yeah. True story. I'm an alien. Are you? And what's that life like? Sherry G, there's your name going into the box. Whoa, I almost dropped the box. The story would be more interesting if the lady who faked having cancer turned out to be a serial killer. Oh my goodness. Yes, Lahaina, I'm thankful for all of your support and all of your, donations. So I want to give something back to my audience, and I thought that would be a nice token of appreciation. So probably gained her a few hundred followers though. Goals. Let me ever hear a therapist talking to my kid like that. Mama, don't play. Yeah, exactly. Ay. It would have been a full-on yelling match between me and that person, like I wouldn't have been able. I mean, it's one thing to accept what you've done wrong and own up to it and stuff. It's a whole nother thing when you've got someone like pointing at you and telling you to do it, It feels like a rocket ship. Oh, well, I'm very glad for you, Mountain Man. Posted a new video today. Video got a little dangerous. Well, you said that about your last cave video where the light had shut off and I watched it and I was like, well, it really wasn't that it really wasn't that crazy. Yeah, the hashtag was sarcasm. I totally caught that, Clary. Change your name. Come back for the drawing. Well, either way, it's still only one person winning it. So, but you would have more chances at that point. Don't do that to me. Oh boy. If I ever got on your live and heard someone talking to you like that, I'd be booking a flight and doing my tan for mugshots. You're funny, Clary. Too hilarious. I don't think I'd ever grant anybody or warrant anybody to talk to me like that. I would never do something like that. It's highly unethical to say you have something really wrong with you medically and there's really nothing wrong with you. Like, come on, there's so many people suffering from so many different things that just seems so insincere to claim something like that. And it's all to do with a car that you're like, geez, I freaking walk everywhere. I don't even have a damn car. I don't know. Like, I feel like she'd have had far more fame or whatever, in a sense, if she would have been honest about things, or it may have been a longer road traveled to get there, and perhaps she would have lost the car in the process or something, but it's really not the end of the world. It's just a car. I mean, I don't know. Mountain Man, trust me, this one here really got dangerous. I almost slipped over the side of a cliff, and then coming back down the mountain, I slid for about 40 yards. Holy crap, Mountain Man, be careful. Although, if you're an alien, are you immortal? Oh, shoot. You're funny, Clary. Duck face on fleek. Yeah, Soul, we were talking about the conversation that sort of happened between Dana and that YouTube lady, Mrs. A, I guess her name is. I've never really gone over to see her stuff. But I did hear about this, and I actually, in fact, did see the photograph that was posted about with the bag and all of that. And it was actually just like celiac that you get intravenous for when you're sick and stuff. Like you just go into the hospital because you're not feeling well, and that's like the first thing you kind of get hooked up to. That's all that it ended up being. It's okay, Dana. That's just I mean, probably wasn't the best choice, but whatever. We're human, right? We make mistakes. If nobody ever points it out to you, in a sense, I guess. I don't know. How will you ever know? She loved the attention. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, Soul. Unfortunately, um, not the best way to build anything, in my opinion, but it happened. So yes, Christina, you're right. Ah, did she? I'm so sorry. It's unfortunate because sometimes I feel like one thing like that happening to somebody would create for them to just not want to help again. You know what I mean? But I mean, I seriously feel like, even in the video, hearing and seeing her concern for the fact that she, upset a lot of people, took advantage of people. It was, endearing. I just wish it would have felt a little bit more genuine. And I feel like due to the medications that she takes and stuff, it's really difficult to find sincerity in her voice because of how monotone it is due to the medications calming her down so much that she might feel like she's being extra vocal, but it's not coming across that way. And Lahena, what did you say? SHR has a new channel. Don't remember the name. I don't know what that is. Oh, she. Oh. Oh, she has a new channel. Oh, okay, okay. Well, honestly, you know what? I mean, I believe everybody kind of deserves a second chance, and hopefully, she's learned her lesson that that's not something you want to do, and it's very unethical and highly inappropriate, and it's just deceitful, to do that to the people who are on your platform and you're building a relationship with them. To flat out lie about something that big is really huge. Okay, Lahena, well, you have a great day. Nasty Nate, I'll let someone else answer that question for you. Or you could just look up a little bit in the comments to see. Yeah, see you soon, Lahaina. Good luck in the draw. Some were a little bit harsh. Yes, yeah. And I mean, I understand where you were coming from and why you were trying to do it. I just, some parts of it were a little bit harsh, in my opinion. But that's not to say that I hold any grudge or anything, malicious against you in any way. It was something that I very much noticed. And although I would never do anything to warrant someone talking to me like that, potentially could have been, a huge verbal fight that would have been unnecessary in my view. Just because of how confrontational it kind of was. That is really messed up, Soul. I don't blame you for feeling completely violated and betrayed. And, your trust is ruined a little bit. And I sincerely hope that this one person doesn't ruin it for a bunch of other people who genuinely are, real about issues or whatever. No, I really am not trying to be mean at all. I just, thought it was shocking a little bit, some of that. Well, regardless, having the therapist background, I was shocked at how harsh, things were handled. I've had a lot of different therapists and counselors and things like that in my life, and never has anybody spoken like that before. Like I've just never heard of somebody in that role speaking like that. In fact, the most of those therapists speak very, very few words and allow the person to work through verbally what they're going through and what they need to overcome and stuff. You even reached out to her personally? No way. To let her know that you were on her side and believed her. Yeah, that would be a huge letdown. That's unfortunate. But like I said, I mean, I'm sure that she's learned, a lesson from this, and being honest is probably the better route to take, especially when you're building relationships and trust. I mean, that's the easiest thing to be, that can be taken off the table is trust. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree, ladies. Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, I really wanted to address the importance, in my opinion, of not blaming, Dahmer's family and parents for the way that he turned out and the decisions that he made. Some therapists are very hands-on, though. I am not a therapist. I'm not her therapist and was not behaving as her therapist. I was behaving as her friend, whether you understand that or not. Yeah, no, I understand where you were coming from, Dana, and stuff. I just feel like, how can her apology even be sincere when someone's yelling in the background, say this, say that, apologize sincerely, be honest and tell them what it's for. And, how can anybody even really be sincere in what the hell they're trying to, say to their viewers when you've got a coach in the background screaming at them as to what they should and shouldn't be saying, you know? My therapist had a few harsh conversations with me, but it was because I was in the same place and same behaviors for quite some time. Right. And I mean, I do think that it's maybe not unheard of, but to do it on like national TV in a sense was a little bit like, whoa. I would have done something like that off to the side and encouraged and, a little bit strict of, you really need to address this and apologize and make it up and stuff like that. So, I just feel like it's impossible to see her genuinity behind her words with somebody dictating what she should and shouldn't be saying in her apology, you know? So let's move on. I didn't hear the exchange, but I can tell you that what sounds harsh to a normal mind is not always too harsh for someone with a mental illness. Right. Perhaps, Lisa, you're correct about that. Yes. I don't think a therapist would yell at a person with a mental illness. Yeah, Sparkles, I agree with that as well. Chica Chilled says, I was so pissed off at her. You canceled your appointments? Is that what the APTS is? But in the end, she was right. Yeah, I don't think she should be, justifying it. And I don't even think her reasons are justifiable. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure I just said that. Like, I walk everywhere, for crying out loud, you know? Sparkles, like it was all over Facebook. It still is right now. 20 years of working in a nut hut. That's cute saying, Lisa. 24-hour crime. Would you like to be entered in the draw for the beautiful bracelet? Maybe you have a special lady to give it to. This is the bracelet drawing I'm giving away. We're going to draw for it on February 27th. If you're interested, I can put your name in the draw box. We're going to be doing it live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Kobe, I'm sure you might have a special lady you can give it to. Don't say that I'm your special lady when you can't even say my name correctly. Wait a second, Clary. Does Sherry have your email to send you the video link? No, I don't think I do. Dana, perhaps you maybe weren't yelling at her in anger, but the way that you were so direct and forward was borderline rude. I guess that's what we're getting at, Hello, Bill. Okay, so the video is called Mrs. Analyzer's Therapy Session and Confession, if you want to go check it out. Yeah, Clary. Sparkles, I knew he was going to say that. That's why I was just like, yeah, no. It's called Mrs. Analyzer's Therapy Session and Confession. Somebody like Lady A's therapy session. Yeah, it's Mrs. Analyzer's therapy session and confession. Hey, Catherine Miss. Speak to her if you don't mind me asking. I don't know if she's still here. I wouldn't doubt if she's already left. Christine or Catherine. Catherine, sorry. Yeah, Sparkles. I was talking. She's not listening. Oh, Dad tells her, say this, and she acts like she's going to say something quiet. She would try to paraphrase and barely anything would come out. Yeah, not even the story was sincere. Hello, Martina XN2000. No, I do not. And I would advise people to not hitchhike in this day and age. Actually, any day and age would have not been a really fantastic way to travel. Kobe, it's hard to accept your apology because, you know, you've done this several times. You've been corrected several times, yet you continue to do the same thing. So, you know, like, thanks, but whatever at this point, you know, I don't know what to say. So that's why I'm really not addressing you, to be honest. I wasn't privy to that conversation, so I had no clue what you guys are talking about. Aw, Soul. Which conversation? You knew about Mrs. A and what she had done and said to her audience, and you know, you were there. Mockingbird. You're funny. It doesn't make any sense why you would have a hard time typing Sherry when it's harder to type Cheryl because the Y and the L are so far apart from each other versus the ERRY. So I don't buy that excuse. And I really think that you're not genuine and authentic with me. And I don't like that about you, for all honesty. So please stop. You're becoming odd character to me. I really don't like it. So there was a specific live that went on with this. Yeah, it's Soul. If you want to listen to it, it's called Mrs. Analyzer's Therapy Session and Confession. It's kind of like a pinkish colored screen. So if you're wanting to hear what we're talking about, you can just, you know, search that video title on YouTube and you should find it. You feel like Dory? I love Dory. Escape. Oh, come on. How could you not love Dory? So funny. Time to break out some wine yet? No, not yet. It's still only 4:15. Probably won't do wine tonight again. I love how Sherry has very firm boundaries. I do, you know, and I didn't always have those, which created more stress and drama for myself by allowing people to mistreat me in a sense, you know. Yeah. I just have to run to the washroom. I'll be right back. I should heat up my coffee too at the same time. Is there a Corey that came in? Oh, shush, Corey. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. I come into that. I didn't realize what we were talking about until I realized. Oh, my goodness. You kind of bring it on yourself, Kobe. You don't like conflict at all? Well, I don't really like conflict, but damn it all, if I have to squash something or clear something up, I don't have a problem doing that either, or owning up to something or whatever, whatever it is. But I generally do not like conflict either. Who does, I mean, who wants to fight over getting along, Fine ass weens, Kata Kata. You're cute. Thanks, Kata Kata. Got to get going, Soul. Nice seeing you. Good luck to everyone who's entered in the draw. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you, Kata Kata. If that's even how you say your name, watch it be like Kata Kata or something. All right, never mind that. We're not showing that. But thank you for the compliment. Just don't kill it because, I will squash that real quick. Yeah. No, there's no conflict here. I mean, it's different to discuss topics of sort of hot interest, right? People that perhaps aren't really being ethically or morally correct, and we're discussing it. I mean, when you put yourself out into the public like this, I mean, what else do you expect is going to happen, right? People are going to critique and, fine tooth comb go through everything you're saying and everything you're about and what you represent and all your feet forwards or not, your background, your history. I mean, let's face it, there's tons of people out in the world that are trying to verify how real others are, right? So, excuse me. No, I'm not married. What's the 10-year challenge? Put simply, boundaries are the cutoff point between what a person finds funny and endearing and what they find hurtful and inappropriate. Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. No, but I'd love to marry somebody to go on one of the Real Housewives shows. If there are any takers. Just kidding. Oh boy. I'm kidding. Yeah, you're funny. So won't that just be a huge shocker if KK is pregnant with, with his baby? That's just crazy. I can't believe that. If that's true, I mean, oh my goodness. It's Frozzy, not Peterson. I don't know why I always get those two guys mixed up. But like for real, I can't even imagine, if that's the case and what that's going to do for the families and stuff. I feel like that's probably just a media hoax in a sense, trying to get more shock and wow factor and views and clicks and all that jazz that creates the online world to be lucrative, You're funny, 24-hour crime. Hey, you didn't answer me as to whether or not you want to be included in the draw for the bracelet that I'm doing. This beautiful little bracelet. If you want to be entered in the draw, maybe you have a special lady to give it to. You know what would be hilarious though? Is if somebody won it and sent it back to me. It is nice, right? It's cute. I like it because it's adjustable. So you just literally like pull on one of these and it adjusts the size of the bracelet. So you can make it smaller. My big nails. Can't really see. And I left the little tag on so you guys can check the value. I think if I remember correctly, it's somewhere around $50 or something. Oh, this camera. But it is cute, right? It's just a dainty little bracelet. I look like a retired Veronica's Secret model. Well, thanks for that compliment. I've not heard that one before, but I sure would love to get a set of those wings. Oh, man, that would be so cool. I've worn like little ones to like Halloween costumes and stuff like that, you know, but those big, beautiful ones, I mean, there's some pretty awesome designers online now that actually make and sell these types of huge wings and stuff. Really cool, anyway. Include you in the drawing if you can win it. Don't send it back to me. That would be pointless, Sergeant. Seriously. Okay. There's your name, Sergeant Kobe. Put you in the box. You want to meet me? Where are you from? Kata Kata or Kata Kata? Dudes are silly. Oh boy. Tis true. Holland. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, if you were, you know, perhaps maybe somewhere in Canada, it might be a little bit more possible, but that, yeah. Yeah, it's the woman that is emotional and makes it complicated, right? I don't know. I think it's sometimes the actions of the men that create for the women to be overly emotional and complicated. Probably not, but we're going to be kind anyways, Sparkles. Yeah, that's not happening. Don't you guys know that that's like the quickest way to get into trouble these days? And, you know, no thanks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no thanks, Kata Kata. I'm good. I don't want to travel for free and end up in a situation I can't get myself out of, so I don't plan on leaving Canada. Yeah, you fly over one way and you're, yeah, sex trafficked on to the other way. Every sex trafficker alive. Yeah, I'll fly you over. Exactly. Oh, boy. We're frozen here anyways. Rule number one, do not re-gift the bracelet you win in a draw from the girl you want to give the bracelet to. Oh, so true, Laura. Challenge you to a duel. Don't forget to throw up a like sign if you haven't already done it. I really appreciate the likes that I have gotten thus far. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the like signs, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, click that little red button below. I'd love to see more of you. I know today I said that I wanted to share, the Kathleen Zellner story, but after watching the documentaries and stuff on Jeffrey Dahmer, I really felt like I wanted to address the um the absolute pain that it seems like their parents are still living through, even to this day because of the association and stuff. You want to be in on the drawing so you can give it to Clary? You're so sweet. 24-hour crime. Okay, I'm putting your name in as 24-hour crime. Voila, there's your name. In you go. Okay, have a good night, Cata. Sleep well. That is sweet. Hey, Clary? I'm like, watch, he's going to win now. Yeah, no, that's okay. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Well, this has been really awesome hanging out. I'll go and check the post and make sure that I've not got duplicates, but I've got everybody, and we'll continue to enter the draw throughout the time frame between now and the 27th. So hopefully there's lots more names to enter in the draw, and that should be fun. What the heck are you talking about? 24-hour crime. Step away for 1 second and Clary done scooped up all the men. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, it should be a fun draw. So if you have any friends or family that are interested in entering, tell them just come and subscribe and get their name in the draw before the 27th. And well, it's been 2.5 hours that we've been chatting and stuff. I've got some things that I'd like to do. So I was thinking about signing off, and allowing you all to get back to your day as well, or your evening, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm out of coffee, and yeah. So yeah, if you know anybody that wants to, enter the draw, come and get them to subscribe and enter into the draw. It's been a really fun TGIS. And Dana, no hard feelings, your Wi-Fi went off, girl. My social media is the same as my name all over the place, so I don't use alias names on anything, so all of my accounts have my name, just as you see it on YouTube. Hello, Cole Harton. How's it going? You're gonna stalk me till the morning? Don't get weird, Kata. Seriously. Cold and snowy here in Spokane. Is that Washington? No, it certainly isn't easy being a YouTuber and putting yourself out there for people to criticize and for people to watch and judge and look at and whatever, you know. It certainly does take a huge amount of courage, but all the more reason why you certainly don't want to be lying to your, you know, your audience, your followers, your subscribers. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. I do have thick skin to take all the BS, Cole, but in all honesty, I don't feel like I have anywhere near as much BS as some of the other channels, you know, have allowed and stuff. So Dana, that's exactly how I felt listening to you. I was like, wow, what the heck? So we can either let bygones be bygones, or we can let this sort of ruin the friendship between you and I, where we just don't see eye to eye. We don't have to necessarily agree, but you know, part of putting yourself out there is accepting all of that, you know, I don't want to say like criticism, but you know, in all honesty, when you put yourself out there for the public and the world to hear, what did you expect was going to happen, right? It's the same thing for me, you know, and if I were even when I have freaked out on trolls and stuff, like I noticed I lost a few viewers and it affected my, you know, um persona per se on here. You know, it was obvious that some people were like, whoa, like this woman is, you know, a little bit out there. But I don't have a problem standing up for myself, or you know, showing that I'm upset about something. If I'm wrong about something, I don't have a problem admitting that either. The fact that you can't see that there's anything wrong in the way that you were talking to her is disturbing to me, Dana. I really wish that you could just look at it for what it is and realize that, you know, some of the way that you spoke to her was really not that great. And when we first started talking about this, it seemed as though you kind of sort of admitted to that, but then you quickly backtracked and you know, you've sort of stood your ground that you think that this was all okay and stuff, but I disagree. So either we're going to agree to disagree here, or you know, our friendship really isn't going to evolve much further because of our of this. So, you know, thank you, Catherine. You did ask. When I was stating to Clary, you know, it's really hard to sort of almost not bring this up. You almost instinctively knew that that was about you and asked, what have I done? What did I say wrong? Well, all right, you got it. You asked, you got it. So what do you want, you know? And you know, if you're not willing to sort of accept my view on it, and you feel like I'm completely wrong, well then you know, we may just have to sever the friendship here, is what I'm trying to say. So no, because I mentioned my live, I thought that pissed you off. No, not at all. Not everyone's going to agree with how everything is handled. People always thought we were mostly horrible in some way. We dealt with patients. We knew what we had to do and tried other stuff. Yeah. It's good criticism to a question you ask, like what friends do. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. It is what it is. Um, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that, sometimes you have to step back and look at your actions, your reactions, I feel bad for having freaked out on the troll and telling him to get the fuck off my channel and get the hell out of here and stuff like that. I told him where to go and how to get there, because I didn't appreciate how he was sort of coming after one of my, viewers. So, my laughter feels cruel. Well, it's not even directed at you. It's in regards to my topic. Now you're being overly sensitive. Like, oh my goodness, like ay ay ay. I'm telling you, the way that you went about discussing what she did wrong, wouldn't have flown with a lot of us, is what we're trying to help you to see. But apparently you just don't see it. And that's fine, I guess. Ignorance is bliss sometimes, but it's odd that you don't see that there was anything wrong with the way that you spoke to that woman. I mean, even I know when I get out of hand and when I lose it a little bit, when I get over emotional and let it get the best of me, even I know that. So I don't understand what you don't understand. It's frustrating. So public didn't understand why restraints would be needed, timeout rooms, etc. Yes, Lisa, I would imagine that type of job would be very difficult to handle. You're sensitive, Deanna, because you sure didn't seem like you were very sensitive when you were, ripping a strip and a new asshole into Michelle for her lack of sincerity on her apology, which really wasn't even your place to state. It was all her own place to do. And in you sticking your nose in there, it really didn't look like her apology was genuine at all. It looked like it was forced from you. So I don't understand what you don't see as the problem in that. But and you say you went and re-listened to it again. Like I've even done that with my own videos to see what I've possibly done wrong or maybe overreacted or, perhaps shouldn't have yelled and screamed at a troll or whatever, freaked out and told them where the F to go and how the F to get there. Like, I don't know. Like, I almost felt like she needed some help in standing up against you. Yes, I felt like it was a little extreme, of course. So an hour, it's still. Oh, yeah. Yes, it was dropped. I don't know. I guess personally, I think there is a way to go about, talking about hard issues. There's just certain ways that you can go about it, and yours was just a little bit harsh. That's all I noticed. Was it was a little bit forward and harsh a little. So. It's in overdrive. Now she's sensitive. I know. And it's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, there's just yeah, this just might not work as a friendship for the two of us kind of thing. I don't know what to. I'm sure that she is fond of you, and perhaps she was just never really shown the boundaries of allowing somebody to talk to her like that. I guess I don't know. What she did was very wrong too, though. So like, I understand both sides. I'm just shocked all the way around. Okay, now, like, seriously? Oh gosh, girl. Because what you did was very obvious, and you can hear your tone of voice. You can hear your brash attitude towards this woman, and if this woman is actually dealing with some type of mental illnesses, that is certainly no way to professionally address somebody as a friend or a therapist. How do you not have that common sense in your mind, though, to realize that is what is baffling me about you? That's what's bothering me. I'm like, what the heck? How do you not see this? Like, but whatever, you know. You asked, Dana. Let's just remember that from the beginning. I really wasn't going to bring this up at all, and you asked. So you have it now. Perhaps you feel that you were speaking to her lovingly and direct and firm, but it came across in the tone of voice, in the way that you were cutting her off and telling her to say this and then not say this, and then, you know, that she's not being sincere, but to be sincere, and like so many mixed signals. Very, I don't know. It wasn't friendly, and it wasn't helpful, in my opinion. And I don't feel that her viewers felt like, you know, it was authentic coming from, you know, how it came about. It looks fake. So yeah, perhaps, Clary, you're right about that. Oh, Dana, we'll see you later. Because you know, when I find that somebody just can't even admit to their end of their own bullshit, I really have a hard time trying to be friends with somebody like that. So, like, I'm not going to, you know, be super comfortable in allowing you on my platform if if you can't even see this plain clear as day as to what happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And the fact that you feel that I'm speaking inappropriately compared to the way that you spoke to that woman about what she did wrong is just flabbergasting. Like, I don't even know what to say to you anymore now. Like, but yeah, interesting, the way it all went down. So I'll leave it all between you and her and whatnot. It's not even a platform that I join. So. No, I see that you were very clearly harsh to somebody who you very clearly stated already has a mental illness. What gives you the right to treat somebody like that, Dana? I really don't think you have any right to do that personally. And I think it was rude how you treated her. I think it's ultimately rude that she did what she did to her audience, but that's between her and her audience. That's really not for me to judge. But the fact that you were on a live and it's all over YouTube for the whole world to see and hear of how you spoke, I don't think that anybody's going to listen to that and think that what we are saying right now to you is inappropriate. I think they're going to listen to that and think that how you spoke was inappropriate. But I guess we're going to have to let bygones be bygones and agree to disagree here, you know? So. You admittedly said that you had never spoken to her on the phone. So how did she know that you were going to speak to her in that manner? Like, come on. Passive aggressive. Yeah, exactly. third world problems, you still can't change your name, MGL. Aw. Oh boy. Black hole sun. I do agree. You can't help someone that takes their mental health problems to YouTube. Yes, and I mean, yeah, like whose job is that anyways, really, other than the big higher power upstairs, in my opinion. Dana, we've been nothing but polite to you, but I also have been direct, and I have not once even raised my voice to you like you did to the other woman. I've, like I just think it all the way around completely inappropriate. So nice to know what kind of personality you have, though. Remind me to never pick up the phone with you, because you might just yell and scream at me like that and create for me to be yelling and screaming back at you. I think had that Michelle not have been as medicated as she was, perhaps she would have been far more frazzled, but you can very much tell that she's on something that's bringing her right down, you know. Stating opinions about the convo. You got that right, Lisa. Damn, girl, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Clary. I'm glad that we have some understanding with some folks here, that can really see it for what this is, but watch, that'll be a whole nother issue now. The timeout. It's like, oh, geez. Whatever, though. Yeah, I hear you, Clary. Me too. It's frustrating that somebody doesn't see. Like, even I can see when I act inappropriately, or I say something wrong, or I react or defend, or I can see when my emotions get the best of me, but apparently she can't see that about herself. So caught lots of you guys actually do that. It's okay. It was okay. I was in it every single day. They weren't. It's causing so much nonsense. Yeah. No, it's not turning mean. I have a feeling we're not ever going to really be able to see eye to eye on it. So no, I don't think Dana's a bad person. I just think that the way things were handled was a little bit harsh. I wonder, has anybody ever talked to her like that? How did it make her feel? Like, do unto others as you would have done unto you is kind of how I see that. But Lady A did make a horrible choice. I completely agree with that, Black Hole Sun. Like, that was absolutely inappropriate. But it is between her and her audience, and her and the people that she's sort of wronged, right? So the comment she made implying we were stupid is what really pissed me the hell off. Yeah, I didn't actually see it. I just saw you. Well, let's not let any of it get us down. I mean, in all honesty, it's we can't control how other people talk to other people and stuff like that. And if she really doesn't see anything wrong in it, well, what can we do? It is what it is. So but if someone has an opinion about what you've done, you can defend yourself, you can explain, but it will not change their first impression. Yes, yeah. And that's the first time I've ever heard her speaking, so to hear it like that was like, whoa, right? For me, anyways, personally, I was a little bit shocked, because she has always seemed like a very kind and, gentle, beautiful person online. And then you hear the voice and what was being said, and it just didn't reflect in the person behind the keyboard type thing. So But it is, you know, between her and whatever whoever else is involved, you know. She said, Sherry, my very intelligent people said I was brilliant on. It's a pity you don't. Excuse me. Being attacked. He was trying to gouge my eyes out. What, Lisa? I set up a Cloud on a date with your cat, Ginger. Cloud's fixed. Yes, Cloud is my cat. My white one. My gray one is Minu. Well, Laura, hopefully you enjoy a little bit of the replay there. Sparkles, he is gorgeous. He's all white. He's very much getting older, and I fear he won't be around forever. So she says real cat. Yeah, Lisa, sometimes it comes out. Sometimes I let my emotions get the best of me. It is sometimes my personality. I feel like I can only be pushed so far before I do kind of a little bit explode, you know? But that's why I try to maintain discussing things to release that tension and pressure about things that bother me. You know, there's no point in keeping them inside and locked up. It's going to do nothing but harm me. So I might as well let it out, you know? But if something upsets me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. There really is no guessing game with me here, you guys, you know? And sometimes I may let the emotions get the best of me, but I really try to stay professional and genuine and real all the time for you guys. You know, I pride myself in being that kind of personality. It's just who I've always been. So can I bring him up close to the camera? There's Minu. Yes, I can bring him up close to the camera. Come here. You're so funny. We're not going to stand in the hallway. Turn this way. He just likes my hair. That's it. We're turning this way. Hello. Chin up. You're so pretty. Yes, you're so pretty. Right? You're such a big boy, too. You're such a big boy. Mwah. Isn't he cute? You're just so cute. Yes, he is. He's gorgeous. So lovable. I know. He's so cute. It's been building through this entire life, so it was bound to burst. Yeah, I guess so, Lisa. Don't like people saying you should show your ass public. Clarity 2019. Yeah, she didn't seem to want to drop it and just let it go. We kind of said our piece. We weren't really going to get along. She seemed just as shocked to hear my opinion as I was shocked to hear hers towards the other woman. So I guess we're just going to have to let bygones be bygones because, you know, there's, I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to finish dealing with that in all honesty, you know, just see it as a disagreement. So what do you do? So fluffy, I know. Miss the using of the wrench. Yeah. Ginger is just like that. Ginger color. Nice. Long hair. Nice. Well, you guys, it has been like 3 hours. We've been hanging out and chatting. I'm going to take the cats out into the hall and try to give them a breath of fresh air. They never go out for more than a minute now because it's so cold, right? So their little paws can't handle the cold ground. But I'm going to take them out for a little bit of fresh air. And yeah, this has been awesome conversating with everybody. You know, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And, you know, it's TGIS. Thank God it's Sherry. Don't forget to hit up that like sign before you head out. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys again soon for another true story with me, Sherry Weems. Bye for now, guys. Much love. Have a great night.